Poco X4 Pro 5G. Best mid-range phone 2022, best budget option. Xiaomi-owned Poco revealed the Poco X4 Pro 5G at MWC 2022, describing the phone as the industry standard for the mid-range price point, sporting flagship features like a 6.67 inches 120Hz AMOLED display, 67W fast charging and more, all for a budget-friendly starting price of €299, around £250/$340. The problem is that the mid-range market is much more competitive than it once was, so has Poco got what it takes to tempt brands from beloved mid-rangers like the ONEPLUS Nord 2 CE 5G? Well, design and build. Premium, streamlined design. Large camera bump. Mostly plastic build. If there's one thing I can confidently say about the Poco X4 Pro 5G, it's that it doesn't look like a mid-range smartphone, sporting a premium design with relatively slim bezels and flat edges that wouldn't look out of place on Samsung's flagship smartphone range. And at just 8.1mm thick and 205G, it's much more streamlined than its predecessor ever was. Display. Gorgeous 6.67 inches AMOLED display with 120Hz refresh rate. Small centrally placed selfie camera. Up to 1300 nits when watching HDR10 content. One of the strongest areas of the Poco X4 Pro 5G is undoubtedly the display, which feels anything but mid-range. The display in question is a 6.67 inches AMOLED panel with a 120Hz refresh rate and a 360Hz touch sample rate, and it's fairly high-res at 1080 by 2400 too. Specs and performance. Mid-range performance. Dynamic RAM expansion tech. Struggle to hit 120 frames per second in games. Officially, the Poco X4 Pro 5G is coined as a gaming phone, but that's a bit of a stretch, even with solid performance. At the heart of the X4 Pro 5G is Qualcomm's Snapdragon 695 5G processor, coupled with either 6GB of RAM and 128GB of storage or 8GB of RAM and 256GB of storage depending on the option you go for. That's not exactly benchmark beating, but it's fairly impressive for a smartphone that costs €299. Camera. Decent 108MP snapper with a large sensor. Impressive color tuning. Weak low-light performance. Aside from the display, one of the main perks of the Poco X4 Pro 5G is the inclusion of an impressive 108MP snapper on the rear. That's flanked by an 8MP 118-degree ultra-wide lens and a 2MP macro lens that aren't quite as exciting, but they'll still fulfill a need when required. Battery life. Large 5000 mAh battery. Comfortably lasts all day. Fast 67W turbocharging. When it comes to battery life, the Poco X4 Pro 5G shines, and that's with the refresh rate cranked up to 120Hz. Featuring a 5000 mAh battery at its heart, the X4 Pro 5G can comfortably last a day and a half with average use, tweeting, texting, watching TikToks, with the possibility to squeeze it to a full 2 days of use if you're a little more conservative than I am. Software. Runs Android 11 with Xiaomi's MIUI 13 skin. Much more stylized than stock Android. No OS upgrade commitment. The Poco X4 Pro 5G comes running Android 11 with Xiaomi's MIUI 13 skin applied on top, and that might be divisive. You see, unlike the likes of Motorola's MyUX, which tries to provide something as close to the stock Android experience as possible, Xiaomi's Android skin kind of does the opposite. Price. The Poco X4 Pro 5G is available in two configurations, 6GB plus 128GB and 8GB plus 256GB, which cost £259/€299, around $340, and £299/€349 respectively, and it's available to buy via the Poco website right now. An Indian release followed on March 28, 2022, available for 22,999 Indian rupees and 25,999 Indian rupees respectively, though it's currently discounted at Flipkart at 18,999 Indian rupees and 21,999 Indian rupees. Poco X4 Pro 5G, specs. 164.2 by 76.1 by 8.1 mm. 205G. Gorilla Glass 5, front. Plastic body. 6.67 inches AMOLED display, 120 Hz, FHD+. Snapdragon 695 with 6 GB per 8 GB RAM. 128/256 GB storage, expandable by 1 TB via microSD. 5G. Bluetooth 5.1. Wi-Fi 5. 108MP1/1.52 and f/1.9 main rear camera. 8MP 118° f/2.2 ultra-wide camera. 2MP f/2.4 macro lens. 16MP f2.4 selfie camera. Fingerprint reader in power button. 3.5mm headphone jack. 5000 mAh battery. 67W fast charge tech. Available in laser black, laser blue and Poco yellow.